Once upon a time, long before the world became loud with engines and arguments, there was a village called Afana, resting gently on the red soil like it had grown there by itself. A village where the nights were dark enough for stories to breathe, and where elders believed that silence could be wiser than speech. And in Afana there existed a secret so old that even the ground seemed sworn to it, a secret the people did not hide out of fear alone, but out of respect. Because survival had taught them that not everything powerful needs to be displayed, and that secret was a snake, not an ordinary snake, but one woven into the fate of the village itself. The elders said that in a time of great suffering, when hunger walked freely from compound to compound, and children cried themselves to sleep without dreams, the people of Afana had nearly vanished from the earth, and it was on a night like that, when hope was thinner than smoke, that the snake appeared, emerging from the forest calmly, without threat. Its scales dark like rain-soaked soil, and its eyes steady, almost human. And instead of striking, it led the elders deep into a sacred grove where no tree had ever been cut, where the air felt heavy with memory. And there the elders understood without words that this creature was not sent to destroy them, but to test them. And the promise was simple yet heavy. Protect me. Hide me from greed and mockery. Keep the covenant alive, and Afana will stand. Betray it, and Afana will fall by its own hands. And so the elders agreed, sealing the promise with rituals, oaths, and silence, passing the knowledge only to those chosen by wisdom, not age. And from that moment Afana changed quietly. Rains returned in their season, harvests grew fuller, sickness became rare, and while other villages rose and fell, Afana endured, not rich in gold but rich in balance. And generations were born and buried under that agreement without ever questioning it, because tradition was not a burden there, it was a lifeline. But time has a way of softening respect, and the world beyond Afana began to creep in with its new ideas, its hunger for exposure, its belief that mystery is something to be sold. And that was how a man named Sadik came back home, educated, confident, restless, carrying debts heavier than his pride, seeing Afana not as a home but as an untapped story. And when elders spoke of taboos, he smiled. When they warned of consequences, he rolled his eyes, because modern knowledge had taught him to doubt what he did not understand. And one careless night, driven by curiosity mixed with desperation, he followed an elder who trusted him too easily, walked paths forbidden to his feet. And there, beneath the quiet breathing of the forest, he saw the snake. Coiled peacefully, ancient and unbothered, and instead of awe, Sadik felt excitement, the kind that blinds a man to tomorrow, and before dawn he had filmed it, shared it, sold it. And by sunrise Afana's secret was no longer theirs. Outsiders arrived in waves, laughing, pointing cameras, calling it superstition, calling it opportunity, trampling sacred ground with careless feet, and the elders did not shout or fight. They only sat and wept, because they knew that once a covenant is broken, apology comes too late, and that very night the sky opened in anger, rain falling not as blessing but as warning. Flooding farms, collapsing homes, washing away memories carved into the land. And in the chaos the snake emerged, not attacking anyone, not seeking revenge, but leaving. Disappearing into the forest as quietly as it had come, withdrawing the balance it once guarded. In the weeks that followed, Afana began to change. Sickness returned, crops failed, young people migrated, and Sadik, the man who had gained attention and money from the secret, lost everything just as quickly, haunted by dreams of dry land and silent ancestors, until he left Afana broken, not cursed by magic, but crushed by consequence. Today, Afana still exists, quieter, humbler, and elders still tell the story, not to scare children, but to remind adults that wisdom is not measured by how modern you sound. That not every hidden thing is ignorance, and that some traditions are not chains but anchors, because the moral Afana learned is one Africa has whispered for generations. When you expose what was meant to be protected, when you trade balance for applause, you do not destroy spirits first, you destroy yourself, and somewhere beyond human greed. The earth still remembers who respected it and who did not.